Hey everyone, welcome to Marcie Creates. This is Marcie, and welcome to Tutorial Tuesday. It's already been a week, I can't believe it. So today is a change up. I know we've been using the bargain bead box beads, Sky's the Limit, which is a gorgeous collection. I haven't really dug into the SoftFlex SuperNova. Look at that. I don't know if I did an unboxing. I may not have done one. There were some videos I had some technical issues with. I think this may have been one of them. So just really quickly, this is the kit SuperNova, and it has gorgeous purples and blues, as you can see. I'm just going to quickly show you before we get started. And some very beautiful boho beads. Love this one. And some gorgeous glass. Look at the iridescence on those. Some beautiful leaves. Also very iridescent. Some check glass. Look at these pink ones. Or fuchsia, I guess. And then these just blow my mind. These crystals. Look at the sparkle on those. And then some other really beautiful metal findings. And they gave you a ton too. And then some, I don't know if I showed you these check beads. They're kind of cool. They're kind of speckly. Anyway, I got started already on some earrings. I just want to show you real quick. These moon faces came in the mix, and I made these. The only thing I added was a few seed beads of my own, but everything else came from the mix. And I used the purple amethyst. The kit came with black onyx, but I'm mixing both the black and the purple in some projects. So today we're going to actually make a bracelet, and we're going to use both of these. So this is the black onyx from SoftFlex, and this is the purple amethyst. I'm going to put these aside because I've already cut two pretty long lengths. I think these are, yeah, these are quite long. I just don't want to run out, and if I have leftover, I'll use it for earrings or something. These are at least 2 feet, I think. And also, as I was thinking about this, I decided I wanted to add maybe some seed beads of my own. So these are my own stash. These are different seed beads that I had that I thought, there's those iridescent size, I think these are size 8. Yeah, so pretty. And then some delicas and some black ones. And then here's some more fire polished check beads I thought might work. I don't know if I'm going to use these or not, but I did pull them from my stash to see if we want to use them. Because I really love the way the size 8s worked out with this earring. So I thought it'd be pretty on a bracelet possibly. And then we might do some dangles too on, so I just grabbed a few head pins. And then one of the things I thought about was using, they put this really beautiful tiara cast button in the mix. I love that. So I think that's going to be the center of our bracelet. And I haven't used a button yet in a design, and I thought that would be a good tutorial so you can see, A, how to use, work with this SoftFlex wire, and B, using a button. So that's going to be the center of our bracelet. And then I haven't really decided how we're going to close the bracelet up. I do believe we got, let me see. Yeah, we got a lobster claw clasp. So that may be what we do. And we'll just see. We'll get there eventually. But I don't really have much of a plan other than I did a few little sketches. And if you've never done this, it's something good to do sometimes. If you aren't sure what you want to do, or sometimes I'll get an idea and I want to jot it down because I'm scared I'll forget it. But I thought we would work with this sketch, which is the button in the center, and then we have the wires coming out here, and then we're going to do some stations and some dangles, and then we'll see how we want to close it up. I do want to use that lobster, or maybe I may use a toggle clasp actually, because those are easier to take on and off when you're wearing a bracelet. So anyway, let's get started. So I have these cut already, and I thought it would be kind of fun to use both colors. And I thought, what about using them in an unusual way? So instead of stringing everything, you know, side by side like this, I thought I would do black on one side and purple amethyst on the other, especially since you've got this shank back here, which pretty much helps you do that. So by that, what I mean is, in the drawing, you're going to have wire coming this way and wire coming this way, but that shank's going to hold them in place. So I thought that would be cool. So that's where I'm starting right now. I'm going to just add my black wire, and I'm just literally sliding it through that shank. Okay, and then I'm going to pull it through. You'll see where I'm going with this in a minute. And then for the amethyst, same thing, but we're going to go opposite. So here's our black onyx wire, and I love this SoftFlex wire. It's so supple. And if you've never gotten these SoftFlex kits, you should try one. They're not super expensive, I don't believe. You get a lot of beautiful SoftFlex wire, and Jesse James Beads does a mix for them, and then there's usually companion strands. So I would try it if I were you. You get beautiful findings and beautiful beads. Okay, so here's what we have. So I wanted to make kind of a loop look. So if you pinch it, now you have that really pretty loop look. So that's what we're going to do next. So also with their kits, they give you really great crimp beads, and that's what we're going to use to do our little stations. And we're going to use their magical crimping tool that makes these look like little beads. So that's what we're going to do next. So I'm going to take the black side. I think I'll do the black side first. And I'm going to just put I do really love working with this wire. I think it's a lot of fun. And it gives you a chance to give the wire some personality and have some of the spotlight, not just the beads, which I think is kind of cool. So now my decision is going to be, and we also don't want to cross the wire, by the way, but well, I'm going to decide how I want this. So I kind of like that look. So I think that's where I'm going to crimp. So I'm just going to make sure these are not crossed. That's kind of key. Make sure those aren't crossed. Hold it right like that. I'm going to come in with these. If you never use these, they do sell them on the SoftFlex website, and they are really fun to use. So there's just a few things to do with it. You're going to come in and crimp. Make sure it's seated in there good. And it's supposed to make like a ravioli. And then you're going to go sideways. I think I may have missed an end. Let me do that again. It's a little bit of a finagling. There we go. Okay. And we're going to go to the side. Then you're going to crimp all the way around. And the worst thing that can happen is you don't like it and you end up covering it with a crimp cover. But do try it if you've never have tried it. I really don't mind the crimp showing. It's just that on a bracelet, sometimes it'll scratch somebody. I think that turned out fine. Okay, and so it looks like a little bead. So now we're going to do the other side. And I just eyeball this. You could measure it if you want. That's fine. That's up to you. I think I can pretty much eyeball if these are going to be even or not. So we're going to put on our other crimp. And we're gonna slide this one down. I just think that's really neat looking. I think on the wrist it'll look really neat and be very lightweight. Sometimes it's nice to have just you could stack other bracelets with it, but I think sometimes it's nice to have just a very light, nice bracelet on your wrist and not a bunch of bunch of chunky stuff. Especially if you type, on the computer all day. Sometimes those bangles can really get in the way. If you know what I mean. If you work on the computer a lot, you know what I'm talking about. So I think I like the way that looks. Maybe I'll come down just a smidge. It's looking pretty good. All right, so I'm going to come back in with the crimping tool. Pull these out of the way. Uh-oh. Don't despair if you let go. This just slides in and out so easily. It's really not a big deal if you've got to reposition. I've worked with much worse. This isn't bad. This is great stuff. Don't get me wrong. But I've had wire in the past that really gave me fits. This is not it. This stuff is so silky and so easy. You can even just tie knots in it. Okay. I'm trying to make sure those aren't crossed. I gotta follow my own advice. We're not good at taking our own advice, which is, I guess that's the human condition. I don't know. Okay. Patience always wins out. Just be patient. You'll get there. All right. Little ravioli. He's cute. Come around. I do like these magical crimping tools. I don't know what's going on. I'm tripping over my words tonight. Okay, so there's the beginning. I just love that button. It's really gorgeous. It really needed to be featured, I felt like. I thought about making a closure on a bracelet with it, but I thought, no, that is so pretty. It needs to be front and center. So now the decision is beads to put on here. Yay! So let's see what we want to put on here. I think these fuzzy numbers are fun. Look at these. That would be, let me see if I'm going to enjoy that on my wrist. Maybe not. Maybe not. They might be a little too textural. Here's some purple. And I love the square beads. Let's do those. And I love these bumpy beads with look like there's crystals. We'll do those. Now you could continue and be asymmetric with your beads if you wanted. That's completely up to you. But I think that's gonna be my next little station. Is going to be, and do I want to do any bead caps or anything? That's the other question. Let's see. Oh, and look at these little stars. Aren't those cute? Those would be cute hanging. Oh, we do have a toggle clasp. Look at that. I forgot it came with a toggle. Good. That's our enclosure. I love it when a plan comes together. So I think these bead caps are too big for this. No worries. That's all right. Could do some silver too. That'd be kind of sparkly. I think I added a few things of my own. Some of this stuff looks a little odd, And maybe it didn't come in the mix. I don't know. I've been in my room making jewelry. I do work in my studio too, but sometimes I have a little setup in there. I like to watch TV and... Whoops. Boy, I'm like a bull in a china shop. Look at this. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled bracelet. As you can see, I really, beside the design, I didn't really have a plan, which, you know, I think is interesting to watch somebody, you know, come get with their, try to understand what their thought process is when they're creating. So I think I'm going to start with this purple bead. Maybe I'll do some seed beads in here too. That might be nice instead of a spacer. You can use these seed beads as spacers, which is nice. That's what I'll do, because that'll add more sparkle. Yeah, I like that. So let's do that. And we'll put our purple bead. I think I'm going to work on this side first, and then I'll see how I like it. As you know, I like to do one side, and then if I like it, then I can do the other side, but that way I don't have to redo two sides. I think I'll put our sparkly bead in between there. And then maybe our square bead. We'll see how that looks. Oh, maybe I'll put another seed bead too, just to make it a little more consistent. These are number 8 seed beads. I think they're like a purple iris. They're very shimmery, and they pick up all these really pretty fuchsias and purples and blacks that are in the mix. So there is station number 1. And I think I really like that. Let me just test drive on the wrist here. That's the other nice thing about making bracelets, is you can test drive on your wrist. Pretty. I think I like that. So let's put another crimp. Now you could decide to not put a crimp and let them slide around. That's a look. I've done that in some bracelets and some necklaces. So, you know, they can really be floating. But today I've decided the movement's going to come from some of these dangles that we may put on here. So now I'm going to crimp this guy. Just make sure you have enough room between your crimp and your beads that you don't crack, number one, any of your bead, you know, like your seed beads, and also that your beads can move a little bit. You don't want them to be so tight that they don't move. It's a whole different way to make ravioli, isn't it? You do have to go sideways with that. Let's see. Sorry if my hands are in the way. I had to get that position just right. All right. So, see how these move just a little bit? That's what you want. Okay. And there's your crimp. And then, let's see. I think we'll do one more crimp and another set of beads. And I probably need to measure this. My wrist is pretty big. That's something else you need to consider. How big? I think I'm going to do 7 inches. So if I put my center at 3.5. Oh yeah, see, I'm not going to have tons of room. I think, so we'll put some more beads maybe right here. So we will put our new crimp on. Oops. I missed a piece. I think one's just a slightly longer than the other, and that's why. Yeah. Okay, so let's position this again. I think like right here. Yeah. Take our crimping tool. Find our crimp bead that just zip lined out of our way. That should tell you how silky this string, I mean this beading wire is, that it's so soft that the seed bead just slides right down. I'm concentrating. There we go. Once you get the hang of this little tool, it's really quite magical. And for those of you that don't like to fuss with, you know, crimp covers, I would invest in one of those. All right, so let's see, what do we want to do for this end? I think a pink would be pretty. And then maybe a seed bead on either side. Or maybe on the end, and then do, let's do that. Yeah, we'll add a silver, and we'll add a pink. That'll do. I think number 8 seed beads don't get enough love. They're very great to use for spacers. I'm just saying, a lot of people love number 11, and I do too. But give some number 8s some love sometime. Use them in a project. I stand up for all bead size rights. Yep, it's that silly hour again where I get silly. And then I decide to make a video for you. Okay, oh, I think that's really pretty. So, oh, look at that, that moved. You're not supposed to move, mister. All right. Okay. So I had to go in and flatten that. I'm not sure why it didn't crimp right, but hey, if you have to, you have to. I may not be using that tool exactly right, but I thought you make a ravioli and then turn it sideways, but hey, I'll revisit that. That may take a crimp cover. But I know that this works really well. I've seen people do it, but they're better at it than I am, obviously. But hey, nothing is so important. You know, you can always improvise. You know, I do it all the time. So I'm going to crimp again. Let's see if we can get it. The other one worked really well. I guess I'm just a little rusty. So, crimp. See, that worked really well. Wonder what, maybe I didn't press hard enough. That could be. Make sure you press hard enough. I guess that's the key there. Pretty. I love the purple and the black together, and also this fuchsia color. So I'm going to test drive this again. Let's see. Yeah. And I think in between here, see how these, I've got a little spot here where I can put dangles. That's what we're going to do. So let's do that. I mean, like I said, I'm going to do one side and then the other. So for the dangles, we can put a number 8 seed bead. Maybe, so these fire polish beads came in the mix and they're really cool. I love the finish on those. So we'll do that. And maybe one of these frosty looking guys. Maybe another seed bead. I'm going to make all the dangles different. And maybe one more of these. I just want to make one and see how it looks. I'm just going to hold it up against the bracelet. So I'm just going to wire wrap this. Well, I'm not going to wire wrap it quite yet because it's not on the bracelet. But we'll just do that. And then let's see how that looks. I think I forgot to open that. Yes, I did. There we go. So if you have some dangles, I think you want those shorter on a bracelet. I think. No worries. We can do that. And by dangles, I don't want to make a ton of them. I just want to make a few. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to wear. So maybe we'll just do a seed bead and one of these little guys. We'll just do a dangle like that. That might be the ticket. Also, this wire, these little pins that I have with the balls on the end are, I think they're a lighter gauge, a thinner gauge wire. So I think they're gonna not weigh the bracelet down quite as much as that other head pin. I think that was more like a 21 gauge head pin. Cute. I think that'll work. So let me wire wrap this guy. That is so soft I can just do it with my fingers. Okay. See, and you got some little dangles on the end, so I like that. I think what I'm going to do now, rather than make you suffer through me doing the other side, is I'm going to work on the other side and come back, and we will, I'm going to add another dangle, I think, on this side, and then I'm going to work on that side, and then we will close it up, and we will have a SuperNova bracelet with 2 colors of the SoftFlex, which I think is pretty cool. And I think it'll look really neat with these earrings that I've made. So I will see you in just a short, like for you it's going to be 1 second. For me it'll be about 10 minutes. And I will see you in just a minute. All right, so I've got our dangles on here. And I actually did a little separate dangle, a little bit different on this side because I wanted that little star on there, and I thought that turned out really cute. So now we're going to add our toggle clasp, and it has little crystals on it. I don't know if you see that or not, but it has crystals on both the toggle and the piece, little round piece. And so I also trimmed these, and full disclosure, I did have to redo this side because when I was stringing the beads, I forgot to put my seed beads. So I had enough length to redo that. And then I hung the dangles, and what I did is I put one dangle on here and then I hung the other two from the original one. So that'll keep less friction on the wire, I thought. That was my thought there. And so now we're going to add our toggles. I think we'll do the round piece first. And they do give you, they are very generous in these mixes with the crimp beads. None of these crimp beads were in my stash originally, and I think I still have some, yeah, I still have some left. So that's really nice. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and add our toggle. Now we don't need both wires anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of one. So I'm just gonna get real close to that crimp bead, okay, and trim. And the same thing with this one. We're gonna, I think I'm gonna trim the shorter of the two. Make sure you don't cut both of them. All right, and I think I learned this from Sarah over at SoftFlex. You're gonna take your wire and you're gonna add your crimp bead, and then you're gonna add your toggle. Oh, that's double-sided. I just now realized that. Cool. Okay. And then make your loop. And this is where you don't want to cross your wires. I'm just going to get it through there, and then I'll worry about straightening it. There we go. You do want, you know, a little bit of room to let that move around. Okay. All right. Let's come in with our crimper. Move that guy out of the way. Okay. Then we'll trim. And now we have our first toggle. And we'll do the other side. I think that little bit of star, that little pop of a charm is kind of cute down there. And this is nice. It has the little jump rings on it. I've done other bracelets where you really do want to add a few jump rings so that you can slide your piece through the round piece. Although with the SoftFlex wire, it's so supple, you probably don't need to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and leave them on. And we're going to crimp this next. Cut. That looks a little cattywampus. Hang on just a second. There we go. Here is our pretty bracelet. I always have trouble putting these on by myself. I may have made this a little too long, but I can always redo it. I don't like things to be super tight on my wrist anyway. There we go. There's your dangles. I do love the 2 different colors of wire and using that button in that way. And then, yeah, I probably would make this just a little bit shorter, but I'm okay with it. Like I said, you can stack it with other things. I don't like things to be tight. It's comfortable if you're somebody that types, which I am all of the time on the keyboard in my day job, so I'm constantly with the email and the clicking, clickety-clacketing. So yeah, so now we have a bracelet and this pair of earrings. If you want to see a tutorial on how I made the earrings, let me know. They're pretty straightforward, but I'm happy to show you. And yeah, this turned out cute. And I think as companion pieces, let me get that wire out of the way. We'll just, let me zoom in a little. I think those turned out nice. I love these little moon faces that came in the mix. So, SuperNova, SoftFlex. Very, very pretty. Very, kind of a broody, mysterious mix, I think. So I'm looking forward to making a few more things with it. I love these beads. And this one's a stunner also. So yeah, stay tuned for finished jewelry with these. If you want to see another tutorial with some of the SoftFlex, let me know. I'm anxiously awaiting, of course, like everybody else, the next bargain bead box. I am working on the rest of the Sky's the Limit. And I have a whole bunch of other finished jewelry coming up. I mean, like, lots. I've been finishing up a lot of kits lately, so if you've never done this, check it out. You can always, it's not a subscription, so you're not obligated. It's just a kit that you can get. They do give you a coupon. This one's expired, so I don't mind showing it to you. And then they have a Facebook group. If you put SuperNova in there and put your creations, you can win one of their next kits. So that's pretty cool. And you always get, they always come with a coupon, and then you always get really gorgeous items. So think about it. I think it's worth it. As I've said before in my unboxings, I just love this kit. They partner with Jesse James Beads, so you're getting Jesse James beads and also this gorgeous, wonderful wire. So that's my spiel. I'm sticking to it. Stay tuned for some more jewelry. If you'd like to see more tutorials with this mix, let me know, because I'm just getting started on it. So we've got plenty of beads to play with. We can do a necklace next if you want. And just let me know in the comments. If you have not subscribed, would love to have you. Please subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you so much. Just click that notification bell so you know the next time I come out with a video. As always, please be safe. Take care of your families. World peace. Peace out. And I will see you on the next video.